So I just finished my first ever residency as a designer, and I'm gonna tell you everything I learned. So if you don't know me, you probably don't. My name is Felix. I am a 27-year-old Swedish boy. I recently graduated from a bachelor in wood-oriented furniture design, and I'm about to start my master during this autumn. But during this summer, while between studies, I thought, why not try to get a residency? You know, get some first-hand experience of what it's like to be an independent designer, because that's what I'm ultimately aiming for, I think. Now, when I say try to get a residency, I obviously mean only apply for one residency and just hope for the best. And so I was actually, by some miracle, lucky enough to actually get a residency. What? Like, that's just something that happens when you put your one egg in one basket, right? Seriously though, am I the only one who applied for this residency? I'm like, what? Me? An artist in residency? I guess I'm an artist now. I mean, I just don't feel like one of those doing their residency at some fine establishment. I just don't feel like one of those people, you know? Anyway, I got this residency, right, at a place called Not Quite in Fengersfors. And this place is basically the mecca of culture in Dalsland. So 20 years ago, back in 2003, they got this old abandoned paper mill, right? They're like, whoa, dude, check this out.
We should turn this place into a freaking culture hive, bro.
So now they have a whole bunch of different things going on there. They have a ceramic workshop, they have a metal workshop, exhibitions, bakery, they have a cafe, and all kinds of different events there. And they have a wood workshop, which I had the absolute pleasure of having basically all to myself for a whole month. Now this place is also like a 15-minute drive from where I live. That's just like about as good as it's gonna get for me. So now I had my residency nailed down, and I had a grand plan for what I was gonna do with my time there. I wanted to do a number of different projects that I could sell,
Cause your boy do need money.
but also personal projects that I've been wanting to do for a while.
Cause your boy do need motivation.
Suffice it to say, I had a grand plan. And when I stepped foot in that workshop for the first time, I knew that I was way in over my head. So maybe the workshop wasn't quite what I was expecting it to be. I don't know what I was expecting it to be. A new workshop that I had never been in before. New machines that I'd never used before. I barely even recognized most of these machines. But you know, this was my first ever residency. And I mean, if a bachelor is the equivalent of having taken your driver's license, then I guess this would be the equivalent of driving by myself for the first time without an instructor. Driving by myself for the first time, I had a blast. Now, I had already decided to do one project a week, so I just dove straight into the workshop and started working. Ha! I was sick for the whole first week. Oh well, this happens, right? Fortunately, the people at Not Quite were kind enough to let me extend my residency to make up for the lost time, which I'm very thankful for. Thank you. So I'm finally in the workshop, doing my thing, working my wood, just trudging through the Swedish summer, you know what I'm saying? And it was great. I actually did manage to get 4 projects done. The first was somewhat of a warm-up project, just to get used to the machines and the workshop, basically. And then I quickly moved on to another project where I wanted to improve something that I found at my sister's new house. They had this, let's say, less than desirable paper towel holder. So I just wanted to make something a bit nicer, you know? And I think it turned out pretty good, don't you think? And next I made a piece of furniture for my other sister who wanted a bookshelf for her little baby girl. And I thought it might be nice to have something mobile so that the reading can be done pretty much anywhere in the home. I also thought it might be good to display the cover of the book rather than the spine, because you know, babies, they can't read. Anyway, this project was somewhat of a struggle for multiple reasons. I don't want to get into it. But I do like the idea. Maybe not the execution. The idea is nice. But if there's anything my bachelor taught me, executions can always be improved in future revisions. And finally, during my last and fourth week, I wanted to do something to sort of honor my time at Not Quite. So I made this little miniature of the actual building that I'd spent my last month in. And I particularly like this one because it serves as a little memento of my first residency, my first ever residency. So, having completed this little journey of mine, what did I actually learn? I think it would have been a good idea to maybe only do 1 or 2 larger projects rather than 4 small ones. I mean, I did have pretty much unlimited access to the workshop, but let's be realistic. Having access to a workshop 24/7 doesn't mean you're going to be less stressed out about the projects you're doing, right? Don't just plan your projects ahead, also gather the materials ahead. Trust me, it'll be a lot easier getting in the workshop and actually doing the work. The thing about working independently is that you're not only the person who is getting things done, you're also the one person who's responsible for getting things done. There's no teacher or other person who's gonna push you forward during your project, so you're basically gonna have to find the force to do that by yourself. And I do think that being comfortable with your process really helps here. You'd think that the nice thing about being an independent designer is that you basically have your own time and your own energy to do the things that you want to. Which is true. There's no one around to bother you, right? Yes, but working as a creative person and actually sharing your creative space can be a really good way to get inspired and motivated about the work you're doing. Now, I'm really thankful for Not Quite for letting me use their space and giving me the opportunity to grow as a designer. If you're into design, art, architecture, handcraft, just maker culture in general, you should definitely visit Not Quite. It's truly an amazing place. I'm leaving a link to Not Quite in the description. Go there, visit them, just go there. You'll like it, I promise. One thing though, be sure to go there in the summer because that's when you'll see it in its full glory. Okay, so thank you for watching. Now, like I said, I'm starting my master's soon, which I'm pretty pumped about. Probably gonna make some videos about that. I am curious though, have you ever been an artist in residence? What was that like? Do you want to be an artist in residence? Do you feel like you learned anything from watching this video? Were you encouraged at all? Let me know in the comments. But if you want to follow me on my journey to becoming an independent designer, you can subscribe to this channel and just do your thing. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.